Look at you! The mouth bust!
But that whole situation when he wasn't talking to no one, not answering his phone. No, it's fine. I literally thought he was gonna do something to himself. I literally thought he was gonna kill himself because I don't know how someone could deal with something like that.
You know what I mean? You got Dutch grooming a 14-year-old. Like, this is not acceptable. This is not acceptable. I see UK Gossip posted, I see Shade Barrow posted. These other pages need to have the same energy and post and cancel this youth, bro. But this is madness, you get me?
Your mouth was already bust. As if your friend as well. It's like, it's weird. But hear this, bro. I'm not arguing with pedophiles. You get me? Do your thing, man. You're a joker, man.
Why are you putting your hands on me?
I threw you at my room, what?
Why are you putting your hands on me? For what?
Because I threw you in the room.
Because I was caught. Because I was on the phone.
Because you're a fuck.
Because I was
on the phone.
Where's my name?
Yo, it's your boy Gambit here, the one vice and the done vice, and today guys I'll be documenting the rise and the fall of UK rapper Dutchavelli, aka Nonchavelli as some people have been calling him in the public eye. Big bomber clock disclaimer, I am not here to frame or put any defamation of Dutchavelli's character. I am simply reporting the stuff that has come out in the public eye and on social media. So I shall not be accountable for anything, and I am not saying anything is true, neither I'm saying anything is false. I am simply the reporter. I am the messenger, so please do not shoot the messenger, okay? I have not called Dutchavelli a paedophile or a nonce. I'm simply reporting the things they have said in the videos and what's come out online. So that's my bomber clock, get to a disclaimer. So the video. So before we can actually talk about the rise and the fall of Dutchavelli, let me give you guys a brief intro of Dutchavelli and who he is. So Dutchavelli is a UK rapper, he's 28, born November 1993. And he was also born in the Birmingham area, and he also grew up in the Hackney E5 area around near Clapham. Dutchavelli's real government name is also Stefan Fabulous Allen. I'm not gonna lie, I sound a bit jakey right now, but man is not a jake, man is on a reportive thing. So before Dutchavelli made his hit debut, Only If You Knew, and before he worked with the likes of Stormzy and Tion Wayne, he was nothing but a local 10-bag matey who grew up in the slums of Hackney, and he was basically a runner / foot soldier for a Hackney OG that I shall not name. But in an interview with his ex-manager's right-hand man, Tiny GB, who claims that basically Dutchavelli was just a local soldier for someone that was a higher up. Now I have no idea what my man means by soldier, but here's the clip of him saying that Dutchavelli was a soldier.
Who is Dutchavelli?
Dutchavelli was one of Fox's soldiers who can rap.
Dutchavelli is also Steph London's younger brother, and at the time of recording, Steph London is not currently following him at the moment. I do not know why, but maybe because he has caused quite a big ordeal over the years with all these allegations coming out. I don't know why, but he follows her, but she doesn't follow him, so I don't understand why. But maybe she just wants to take a step back. But just to put it out there, that's her younger brother. Just wanted you guys to know that too. Ladies and gentlemen, I now present to you Act 2, the criminal life of Dutchavelli, aka Stefan Allen, and alongside his trials and tribulation of how he tried to make it out the hood. By jugging and trapping in the hard streets of Hackney, Dutchavelli from a young age decided he couldn't work no 9 to 5, or he could have no man telling him how to survive. So he had to make ends meet by himself by taking in his own accounts, by doing numerous house invasions, and by trapping. And this is all what he claims in his raps and music videos. Here's a very detailed police report on the crimes Dutchavelli was committing in the year of 2018, and this will all be read by my lovely assistant Barbara. Barbara, you have the floor.
Brother of rapper Steph London told a jury he had no need to rob a yielding family as he had a famous sister he could rely on for cash. Friends and family of 3 men sensationally acquitted of robbery began shouting, clapping and waving at the jury at Maidstone Crown Court and were reprimanded by Judge Philip Statman. He had demanded just minutes earlier that the verdicts be delivered in total silence in the public gallery, but they ignored his order and shouted thank you towards the jury members. Cody Powell, Stephen Allen, and Jabril Freeman had denied robbing Thomas Fellows and Chloe Smith of a mobile phone, watches, and cash in March 2018, and having an imitation firearm intending to carry out a serious offense. Allen, the brother of Clapton rap star Stephanie Allen, known as Stefflon Don, told the jury he had no need to take part in a robbery as his sister was famous and if he needed cash he could ask her. The three were also acquitted of causing grievous bodily harm to Mr. Fellows and three others, Robert Powell, 49, Asif Malik, 43, and Amy Wallace, 31, of Lancashire Road, Maidstone, and were found not guilty of encouraging or assisting in the commission of a serious offence. They had also been accused of going to the caravan in Benover Road with an imitation firearm, but were acquitted. Powell, 24, had earlier admitted possessing a 15-inch Rambo-style knife in a separate incident and received a 16-month jail sentence. The trial lasted 3 months and the jury took just under 24 hours before returning its verdicts. Afterwards, Judge Statman excused them from sitting on a jury for 25 years. Later he gave Allen a 22-month jail sentence for perverting the course of justice after trying to persuade someone not to give evidence, but as Allen had served time on remand he was released immediately. The prosecution had alleged that masked robbers, armed with a gun, a knife, and wrench, attacked Mr. Fellows and his family. It was claimed the intruders also threatened to shoot Ms. Smith before punching her in the face. Mr. Fellows had armed himself with a machete after hearing noises near his home in the middle of the night, the jury was told. Powell, 24, of no fixed address, Stephen Allen, 26, from Chigwell in Essex, and Jabril Freeman, 42, from East Dulwich, London, had all denied robbery and having an imitation firearm.
I just want to say shout my nigga Barbara Cortez, holding it down, top journalist on my team and that, shout out. But on another note, 3 months after dutchavelli committed the crime back in March 2018, he has released a classic track called John Wayne in the Trap, where he talks about how he's jugging, trapping and also finessing. Here's the clip.
John Wayne in the trap. John Wayne in the field, John Wayne in the trap. Look, yo, look, I can't mix with them, they love chat. I whip up work and do trap. I do this shit for my real drillers that still on roll. Big up rap, big up Spanker, that's bro. Big up Lock, that's dad. Yeah? John Wayne with it mad. Ayy, John Wayne in the field, John Wayne in the trap. 63 in that Paris, bro, I ain't losing shit, are you mad? What do you mean? I make it back off that mad. You know how it goes. I've been whipping wax to the lad.
I can't lie, the song is a banger, fam. You'd be lying if you say you didn't fuck with the song, fam. I don't rate the man's actions, but man, can't lie. When a good musician is playing, fam, man, fuck with that tune still. But sadly, after that, dutchavelli had to go in jail for about 22 months. That's basically a year and I was saying basically nearly 2 years, innit? So he sat in jail for nearly 2 years. Then obviously he was alongside with his manager's Foxy's son in jail too. And then he later came out in the year 2020 and he released his hit track here, Only If You Knew, in January 2020. Act 3, The Rise of a Star. So in the year 2020, dutchavelli was released from prison and his ex-OG became his manager and decided to put money behind him instead of sending him back to the trap. So with the fresh smell of H&P still on dutchavelli's face, he decided to get in the studio and rap his fucking heart out and come up with a classic track, Only If You Knew, which basically launched his career, and that video has sitting on 50 million views as we speak right now. So it's pretty of a viral tune, and that has pushed him to work with the likes of Stormzy and Tion Wayne, which would later be his downfall later on in his career. So in the interview that came out this year, Tiny GB, aka Foxy's longtime friend, explains how Foxy helped dutchavelli rise out the trap and became his manager. Tiny GB also goes into detail and says how basically his ex-manager's son was basically on the same case as dutchavelli and how they grew up in the streets together. Here's a very detailed clip of Tiny GB explaining how dutchavelli rose to fame and how he was also on the same case as his manager Foxy.
I'm speaking to him for about 2 weeks before he gets home. I'm speaking to him on a daily basis. His thing is, this artist is going to go through the ceiling. We're going to finance him, bus him, That's my project. He wasn't interested in nothing else. Do you get it? And that's what he done. He beat the case. Fox came home, and then Dutch beat the case. Fox's son was also on the case. He beat it too, Cody. They made a video pretty much straight away, music video that blew up.
These little pussy guys like they don't want to let out my bread, you know. Remember I tell you this, you know. Don't play with us. I remember I tell you, 2 of us, you know. Back to back how we deal with this thing, you know. See? Yo! Yeah. How you mean? Oh my God! Come on! We out here, cuz. We out here.
Can't spend one day in my shoes. Don't do 4 pints when they lose. 16 shots when the gang came through. Still pissed I burnt that Canada goose.
Going up north like Pogba. Kev just stepped out of VM last week. Still trying to score like Diddy. Job what Dan just looks like.
So just 5 months after dutchavelli came up with the track Only If You Knew, the coach of Vulture, Tion Wayne, decided to jump on the floor with him and decided to release a track with him and Stormzy called I Don't Know. It's kind of repetitive, I'm not gonna lie. Like I was okay, I was kind of a fan of it, but it was just a bit too repetitive. But it was a good track nevertheless. It's ranking at 54 million views at the moment, and that was like basically the second kind of like big track that kind of like solidified dutchavelli in the scene, and which kind of made him known in the scene.
My young boys who free no evidence, but if on me, if he need anything, love beef adrenaline, and the shot is melanin. Don't think I don't do fraud, that ain't in the trap with a span of press. I just 4,000 grams in the clap. I whip magic like Penn and Teller. Fat is Dutch, I was broke, back when I had a free for Ella. Got 3.5 on his whack, move back, everything better. Jenna, what's good better? Just got a drop on both my ones, I'm about to get both of them down as well. No pressure, I'm back with a 6 Vendetta. Dutch, I was left back like Emperor. Cause better give me one extra, steady. I am mad, only run from Fed. Touch my watch, where you wanna get dead? Yo, run up, you might get chef.
Spending for me, I don't know what I'm wearing there. Sell first week, I don't know. When they ask for the fee, let them know that's 1.5 for the headline show. Little nigga, that's millies, not thousands. Stormzy the goal, but they really been doubting. Game of line, I've been chilling in mountains.
So as you can see by this video, Stormzy and Tion Wayne was both enjoying himself, and dutchavelli was enjoying himself too. So then dutchavelli decided he was going to release a couple more tracks later on this year, and he also followed up with his debut album at the end of the year, and that was called Dutch from the 5th. So that was basically a track basically bigging up his ends and his manner, where he grew from, and he basically just rapping about the struggles he took and what he had to do basically when he was in his ends and he was still active in the streets and that. And on that note, not no hating thing, he was charging I think £10 for the CD at the time. I never bought no CD, cause who uses a CD player in fucking 2022 or 2021 or whenever it came out in 2020, but ain't nobody wanna pay £10 for no fucking CD, fam. So a nigga streamed that shit, or a nigga listened to that shit on YouTube, fam, the ghetto fashion way. But old type my man, he tried his thing, he released that track. So things was finally starting to look up for dutchavelli. He must have came out of jail, released his big debut single, Only If You Knew. Then he worked with the likes of Stormzy and Tion Wayne. Then only a couple months later in November, he decided to release his big debut track, which basically went viral. So things were finally looking up for dutchavelli. He must have came out of prison, got financed by his manager, released his hit debut track Only If You Knew. Then shortly after worked with the likes of Stormzy and Tion Wayne. That must have blew up again, got another 50 million views. Then after he decided to release his basically hit debut album, which was called dutchavelli from the 5th, bigging up his manner and that, nothing could go wrong. Basically dutchavelli had the world at his oyster. Until 20 days later, after leaked DMs surfaced of dutchavelli talking to a 14-year-old girl, which later to be his manager's daughter, which kind of shocked the world and appalled the whole of Twitter, and that caused a mad ruckus in the middle of Shade Borough's platform. Ladies and gentlemen, I now present to you Act 4, The Falling of a Star. So just after 20 days of dutchavelli releasing his album, he was exposed for talking to a 14-year-old girl through Instagram DMs. Now the girl in the DMs was basically his manager's daughter, so obviously they might have had a little close connection, but at the same time in the DMs it looks like dutchavelli was trying to get too close. Now there's a lot of speculations. dutchavelli says how the DMs was altered, other people say the DMs were not altered, other people say the DMs were leaked by another co-member of his management department trying to get back at him, and that. So it's all he said, she said. But to me, it does look like dutchavelli's account. Like, obviously he was moving a bit too friendly. Now, we've all had a niece, or we've all had basically a young family member, but I don't know, to the degree of sending love eyes and all them hearts and that, saying when you're gonna link me and that, it was just a bit too creepy for the general public. And that's what basically made a lot of fucking influencers and a lot of artists come out, said how they're not fucking with dutchavelli, like the likes of Bouncer. You also had C-Biz, that C-Biz called them out too. I'll play you that clip too. And then at the same time, who else called them out? That I would say Tion Wayne, M Honcho had a tune with him, stop fucking with him. H has stopped following him, Unknown T stopped following him. So just quite a lot of people in the UK hip-hop industry have basically stopped fucking with my man and stopped following him, and that was basically causing the downfall, because it was just harder for him to actually get any features after that. Like, no one wants to collab with dutchavelli, no one really wants to have that name with him. So even if you check his who's following right now, who's following him, you barely see anyone in the actual industry. Like, even his own sister Stefflon Don at this time of recording is not actually following him, and I proved that in my previous clips. So here's a couple of different clips from influencers calling out dutchavelli for being a paedophile / not.
I'm gonna call him Toucher for now, because we don't even want to mention their names. We got videos of Touch dancing like fanboy, trying, you know what I'm saying? Get out of here, man. Don't try and create problems that you don't have for clout. It's fake.
Also because it compromises the girl's address, and I don't want people going to her house. She must be going through mad trauma, and I apologize to the family. Obviously, but man can't brush this under the carpet. Do you know what I mean? You got Dutch grooming a 14-year-old. Like, this is not acceptable. This is not acceptable. I see UK Gossip posted, I see Shea Barra posted. These other pages need to have the same energy and post and cancel this youth, bro, because this is madness. You get me? When Wiley done a madness, everyone was posting that. They had that energy. They rubbed him out. Why ain't man posting this? Come on, industry guys, what's going on? Labels, rappers, come on, bro, post this, bro. I don't get it. Like, this, if this was your sister or like any.
So as you can see, this situation took a big toll on dutchavelli's career, and this became quite a big problem for dutchavelli. And basically this kind of just pissed the whole of Twitter, the whole of Shade Borough. Like, if you was around this time last year when all these DMs were being leaked and shit in November, like, it was peak. Like, people couldn't stop dishing, like, memes after memes, people calling him a nonce, people trying to just pull up to his sister's comments, people pulling up his sister's DMs. It's just the whole general public was just disgusted and outraged by these actions that dutchavelli must have allegedly done. And it just basically took a plateau in his career. He couldn't get features. I don't think no one wanted to do no deals with him, no sponsorships like that. He just basically wiped out in the public eye. So 1 year later, after dutchavelli had all these allegations after him, what he basically done with him and his PR team, they decided to put hella promo, make him get back in the studio and make the tracks that he's been making this whole time. And then he decided to shock the world with another track after another track. But then obviously, sadly, after, because he was so thirsty for clout, he decided to try and make a track with Abracadabra, aka Tion Wayne's basically rival and that. And then that basically just sparked it all. Now, dutchavelli didn't even have any beef with Tion Wayne, because Tion Wayne didn't even say nothing on the matter. But like, literally, dutchavelli was just hungry for clout, decided, fuck it, I'm gonna make a tune with Abracadabra. And now that tune never ever came out. Now, we know the ego on Tion Wayne is too powerful to let that one slide. So we fast forward to August 2022, where Tion Wayne has caught dutchavelli lacking on his ones. And you know, Tion Wayne always works with his trusty henchman Turner. So Tion Wayne has pulled up with his #1 goon, him and Turner, versus dutchavelli in an all-out brawl outside of some sort of hotel in Dubai, or some sort of fancy shit in Dubai. But you know, niggas are fighting in Dubai and they wildin'. Now here's a clip of dutchavelli getting a severe case of the beats with his mouth bust, bleeding out like pussy juice on a Friday night. It was peak for dutchavelli, fam. he was ruthless. Even the concierge were worried on what Tion Wayne and his henchmen was gonna do to him. They thought they was gonna kill him, man, on the Dubai High Road. Now, I feel like that was just too wild. Like, you should have just saved that beef for the ends. Now, I think dutchavelli or Tion Wayne was saying, oh, watch when we get back to ends. We know they're not gonna both see them. So, truth, I feel like fighting in Dubai was probably the best scenario of seeing each other. Probably less fatalities, less beatings and that. But I'm not gonna lie to you, dutchavelli came out looking like a female dog, mate, because he got a severe case of the beats.
Embarrassing! Look at you! Your mouth bust! Dutch!
Yo, these niggas are pussies, bro. But I was there for like 10 minutes trying to scrap you niggas. You lot was not on nothing, just backing up. But your boy's posting the video. Tell him to film the whole thing. Why is the whole film not there? He didn't get. Last thing I'm gonna say. You see like how there was 6 of you against 1. I was the only man that was scrapping with you. Listen. You man are not on nothing. Telling you, bro. Telling you, like when I was on your block, just like bare of you and there was only like 3 of us. Bro, trust me, bro. You man are not on nothing, bro. Turner is a cameraman. He didn't get involved once. He was bare far back. I could see how scared you was. Dickhead use, bro. Hey, there's this another rapper, you know. He's talking like he's so gangster. He's the realist in his music. I'm telling you, bro, he's banging views. Just look at his interaction. It's appalling.
Hey, bro, you said that you was fighting 6 man for 10 minutes. Bro, when I came outside, Tion was by himself. Your mouth was already bust. And you was with your dog. He's with your friend as well. It's weird. But hear this, bro. I don't argue with pedophiles. You get me? Do your thing, man. You're a joker, man.
So after being taunted and violated for the past 2 weeks for getting beat down by Tion Wayne and Turner and his henchmen, that was allegedly 6 men in the video, but we never saw the 6th man in the video. Like, it was just crazy and that. But you didn't think things could get any worse for dutchavelli. He's taken an L. Maybe he bounced back because he bounced back from the other 14-year-old DM leaks and that. And then you just thought you could bounce back, and then I don't know what was he thinking or fucking with this 18-year-old girl, because she has come out and now she has said how she's got an abortion by dutchavelli by force, and said how dutchavelli was not trying to breed that, fam. So it was just a mad thing. Like, I don't understand why dutchavelli is 28 at the time of this recording, and what was he doing with an 18-year-old girl? Like, the girl was like 10 years difference. He claims that the bitch must have lied and that, but you know what, I doubt it. I highly doubt it. It's like you can clearly see in someone's face in it sometimes, yeah, that at a certain age in it, like, and at the same time, even if the girl was 20 like he claims, you're still like a whole 8 years older, bro. Like, it's just weird. Like, even me, I'm in my early 20s and I'm not fucking with no 18-year-old, fam. And you at 28 or think you shouldn't be fucking with an 18-year-old, even 20-year-old, like maybe 25, 23 would kind of suit your drift and that. But it was just weird, fam. Fucking weird. So here's the clip and here's the exposure of dutchavelli with the alleged allegations of him sleeping with an 18-year-old girl and getting her pregnant with 2 twin boys. So after that clip has surfaced, that would be dutchavelli's final and lethal blow, ending his career, causing the fall off and making his views plummet.
Expecting twin boys by dutchavelli. So sweet. Then we got into a fight because my male friend called me after Dutch told me I could never be off his standard. And I picked up.
Why are you putting your hands on me?
I threw you out my room, what?
Why are you putting your hands on me? For what?
Because I threw you out my room.
Because I was
because
caught. Because I was on the phone.
Because you're a foot.
Because I was
you're on the phone.
Broke my nail. Scare. Threats if I don't do an abortion now. I miscarried. 4 months. Karma is a bitch.
Now this thing did show her ID and she believed to actually be 18 and she was born in 2003. Now I can't be asked to get up the video of her showing her ID because this video is dragging, but I just want to say that girl is 18. It is fire, feed that, and fire, feed dutchavelli, fam. Like, Like, I don't understand, like, even as a rapper, and like, to protect your credibility, you should be checking ID at all time, innit? So if the thing's lying and that, you wouldn't be in a situation. So clearly it's kind of your own carelessness, yeah, of you not checking ID and almost dying for Nash, basically. So it's kind of just disgusting. Like, I don't think dutchavelli could really make a comeback after this. Like, you'd have to either date like an American girl and that's higher up in the game, that's more baited than him. I don't know, he would have to maybe try to go out with Beyonce or I don't know, like Kim Kardashian. He would have to go out with someone that's so high up here to debunk all of that shit. Or Nicki Minaj, because she has to fuck with them rapists, kind of pedophiles. Not calling him one, but I'm saying she is dating a sex offender, innit? But I'm saying you'd have to actually put up someone that's actually quite high enough, or just someone to put him in a position of not looking down upon. So I just can't really see it, or I can't see him getting a certain collab with an artist to actually help him grow like that. Like, I don't even think a Drake stimulus check or a Drake fucking feature could save my man. There's like just too much damage, and it's just too much. I think brands and labels want to stay away from him. Like, everyone just wants to stay away. It's just a red flag. So I think that was the rise and downfall of dutchavelli, and I just want to say thank you guys for watching and listening. Hope you guys liked the video. Please drop a like and subscribe and comment down below. This video did take a long time, so please support the channel and please share with your friends. And if you like this type of video, it's my first time doing this type of video, you know, like, drop a comment, tell me what I should do more, because I will be doing more if you guys like it. But you know, I just need that little push. But shout out to all the man them, shout out to everyone supporting the thing. Drop a like and comment down below. It's been your boy Gambit, the one voice at the done voice.